From inside Ralph Engelstad Arena, it's time for North Dakota Hockey with Brad Berry. I'm your host, Dan Hammer. On tonight's show, North Dakota and St. Cloud State split an NCHC series. The coach will walk us through the highlights in just seconds. Next up for North Dakota, an extended weekend in East Lansing, Michigan, in an on-conference series with Michigan State. North Dakota defeated St. Cloud State 4-3 last Friday night before falling to the Huskies 6-1 on Saturday night. Coach, good to be back with you again. Overall reflections of the weekend.
Well, I thought obviously Friday was a good test for us coming out in the building there. Great environment. We did a lot of good things to win the game, and a couple things were our power play. Our power play got a couple goals that night, which is a key for us to get back going again. And again, I thought it was a total team effort. Guys playing the right way. So Friday was a good win for us. Saturday, we didn't have as much jump. Our puck protection wasn't as good. But again, they had a big pushback on Saturday after losing. So again, two good teams on the ice, and again, we got to get better after this weekend.
Something about these two teams and splits, and I think the big reason why is generally over the course of history here recently, both teams are good hockey teams, and it's really tough to sweep anybody.
Yeah, it is. And again, like I said, we didn't have our best game on Saturday, but again, I thought that was one of their better games. They blocked a lot of shots. They had a mindset of protecting the puck and having a lot of zone time. So again, like I said, hats off to them. They played a good game. We have to make sure that we respond next week.
All right, Coach, we'll take a look at the highlights coming up next year on North Dakota Hockey with Brad Berry.
North Dakota Hockey with Brad Berry on Midco Sports Network is presented by RydellCars.com, Sue Shop at Ralph Engelstad Arena, and Hot Spring Spas and Pool Tables too.
Welcome back. North Dakota and St. Cloud State last weekend in St. Cloud. The two teams entering the weekend as the only unbeaten teams in the league. Coach, let's take a look at Friday night highlights. What were some of the points of attention and points of detail for your team going into the series opener anyway on Friday?
I think the first thing was Charlie Lindgren. Obviously, he hasn't given up a lot of goals in that building. We wanted to make sure we were tough on him and get good net front in front of the net, and obviously having the mindset of getting on the forecheck and making them not have good outlet plays.
Did you feel you had a good week of preparation on your big ice, preparing for the series on this big ice?
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously having the Olympic rink at the Ralph is conducive for that development. So I had a couple good days of practice, which led into Friday.
Just 2:20 into the hockey game, the Huskies will win a puck off the wall here, and Judd Peterson makes it 1-0.
Yeah, we didn't protect the puck on the wall, and we were flying out of the zone before we had possession, and turnover cost us a goal there.
Matt Harinkyu, though, makes a big save here, I think, early in the hockey game, because this comes right after the Huskies made it 1-0.
Yeah, you know what? He held his ground and made a great save, 2-on-1. We took away the pass, and he made a great job of stopping the shot. Good
answer by your hockey team. Just 4 minutes after the Huskies get the opening goal, you tie it. Nick Schmaltz with some good work here at center ice to get you going.
Yeah, he strips the puck here and it enters in the offensive zone. And, Nick, a very elusive player, makes a great play to the top. Great net front again, and again, getting the rebound off a great net front play.
Yeah, Stetcher with a bomb, and you got Drake Kajula, Brock Besser, again, your layers of net front, and Kajula with the goal to tie the game at 1.
Yeah, no, they did a good job there, and again, we have to have that game in and game out, net front coverage.
You mentioned your power play. It was good for you on Friday night.
Yeah, it was. We had good puck movement here, and again, we want 2-3 passes. Again, once it gets to the top here, we want a puck going to the net. We have good downhill attack by Nick, and we make a good play backdoor to Drake to make it a tie game.
Great execution right there, Coach.
Yeah, you know what? Great execution, and again, it's good players making good plays.
2-1 at that point. Then seconds later, I think another key save here early in the game by Harinkyu to stop Peterson on the breakaway attempt.
Yeah, you know what? Kind of unfortunate this transition play beat us. Our D-man got caught to the outside, but Matt Harinkyu made a great play on the breakaway shot.
Yeah, so it's still 2-1 at that point. Final minute of the first period now. Brock Besser, Nick Schmaltz, Drake Kajula, again, very good on Friday night, accounting for 7 points. And sometimes you just kind of get caught up in watching Brock Besser and what he can do here.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what? They gave us a little bit of time and space on the play here. And again, when you give good players time and space, you can make plays.
So we go to the second period now, and early in the second period, the story was Matt Harinkyu, because St. Cloud State has some pressure coming.
Yeah, they sustained some pressure in our zone here, and we had to make sure that we had to clean it up a little bit, but Matt did a great job here.
You're going to build your lead less than 6 minutes into the second period, and it, again, will be a power play goal, and this is going to be Stetcher from the point, and again, you have good layers of traffic And then the power play. And again, you have layers of bodies in front. Both Gardner and Besser are there.
Yeah, you know what? Rhett Gardner just came off the bench and he got right to the net front. But again, you saw him right in front, and then Besser was a secondary layer. But again, great job by Rhett in front of the net.
So it's 3-1 at this point. Gardner's fourth of the season. A couple minutes later, you nearly extend the lead here. A couple Huskies hit the ice, and you're off on a 4-on-2 break.
Yeah, good puck movement here. We get a puck to the net and a big rebound, and I think Bryn Chiswick puts one into the pads there right away. It would have been nice to capitalize on that opportunity.
Special teams were a win for you Friday night, Coach. You talked about the power play goals. St. Cloud State had 6 minutes of power play in the second period. Your penalty kill was up to the challenge.
Yeah, they were. They kept guys to the outside, and then once the puck did get to the net, as you can see there, we had bodies in front, 4 guys protecting the front of the net, so there wasn't any secondary opportunities.
And good physical play by your guys inside there to make sure there's no damage done in front of Harinkyu.
Yep, but good bodies in front of the net so they can get opportunities.
All right, Huskies do get a power play. They'll go 3.5 left in the second period. Now it's tight again, 3-2.
Yeah, you know what? We got extended a little bit, opened up a seam, and again, they capitalized on a good play.
I thought your kill in the late stages of the second period with about a minute left were really crucial. Paul Ledoux's going to block a shot. Troy Stetcher's working good on the PK, and this was a very important kill.
Yeah, it was. You know, obviously they score here. It's a different game, and again, yeah, Matt makes a great save, but then Paul comes over and blocks a shot right away, which saved the goal.
Right, and Troy Stetcher working here. We know what he does on the PK, and he's just relentless here.
Yeah, relentless is a good word. That's how he plays, and again, that's what you have to have on the penalty kill. He does a great job there.
All right, third period, just 28 seconds in, you're really gained control of this game, and Drake Kajula is going to complete the hat trick here.
Yeah, you know what? We pulled up in the offensive zone, got a puck to the top. We used the yellow because they were taking a shooting lane away, and then Drake went to the net and made a great job of getting it to the top shelf.
Lively inboards in that building.
Yeah, and you have to use them because obviously when they do a good job of blocking shots, you have to make sure you use that as an asset to your offensive zone play.
So Kajula completes the hat trick. 8 minutes left in the game, and both teams were having chances here. This was a game with a lot of pace and a lot of transition all night long.
Yeah, it was a good college hockey game. A lot of up and down here, a lot of opportunities, and again, we capitalized.
Final seconds of the game here, St. Cloud State with the extra attacker, and again, Luke Johnson's going to block a shot. Harinkyu's going to come up with a couple of saves, and you're able to close out St. Cloud State.
Yeah, you can see we have bodies in front, you know, and obviously did a good job of defending here and keeping to the outside. So, you know, our guys did a great job of the 6-on-5.
St. Cloud State pulls within 4-3. North Dakota holds them off for the win. Here's what your players had to say after the game, including Kajula reflecting on his first career hat trick.
You know, it was just one of those nights where everything was clicking. You know, I was getting the puck in the right areas, and guys were making great plays, and I was getting fortunate bounces, and I had a couple other chances to score, even though I didn't. But it was just one of those nights where the puck kept finding me in the right areas, and you know, those nights happen, and I just got to make sure I keep doing that going forward.
Well, I saw a few pucks out there tonight. Yeah, I had fun. I think our team really battled up, and everybody kind of sacrificed and made the little things happen to finally get that win at the end. It was, yeah, more of a character test, I thought, because it was a good team we were playing, and they came ready to play, and really our guys answered the challenge, I guess.
PK was really good. I mean, they got a good power play over there, and I thought we did a really good job of keeping on the outside on the big rink and getting in front of shots and making it easy on pop back there.
Coach, your play in front of the net on both ends of the rink Friday night, how big of a key was that for you?
It was huge. You know, obviously, you know, when you have a good team that we're playing against in St. Cloud, they like to get pucks to the net and bodies to the net. And again, we got to make sure that we block shots, but if the puck does get there, we got to box out. And I thought we did a pretty good job on Friday night.
Without a doubt, a winning edge for you on Friday night. Coming up next, we'll take a look at Saturday's highlights and preview this weekend's series at Michigan State.
North Dakota Hockey with Brad Barry on Midco Sports Network is presented by RydellCars.com, Sue Shop at Ralph Ingolstadt Arena, and Hot Spring Spas and Pool Tables too.
Following UND's 4-3 win on Friday night, your team, Coach, looking for the sweep on Saturday night. Let's take a look at Saturday's highlights. How about some of your points of emphasis on Saturday morning in your pregame skate before this one?
Well, a big thing is a pushback. Obviously St. Cloud losing the first game on Friday, there'd be a big pushback on their behalf, and they did. They came out hard, but we wanted to make sure we tried to match that.
Well, you had a big edge in shots attempted over the first 15 minutes of the first period.
Yeah, we did. But as you can see there, we didn't have a lot of traffic to the net. We made it easy on Lindgren as far as seeing the puck early. And you know what? They did a better job on blocking shots in front of their net on Saturday.
They did. That was a key for them as the game developed here. You defensively, you were strong again over the first 15 minutes of the period. You only allowed 3 shots on goal in the opening 20 minutes.
Yeah, you know what? Did a pretty good job of defending. Again, their goal came on an opportunistic play, but I thought we did a pretty good job from our standpoint.
So St. Cloud State had 1 shot on goal in the opening 14 minutes, and then they do get a goal on their second shot on goal here, and it's a puck that's just going to deflect off your player, Keaton Thompson.
Yeah, they did a lot of this weekend on putting the puck wide on entries, and again, we had to slide there because it looked like a 2-on-1, and it went off of Keaton's back foot there and through the legs of Matt. Unfortunate break on our part, but again, we had to respond.
Nothing Matt Konarinku can do about that as it deflects off Thompson and in, and the Huskies nearly make it 2-0 just seconds after the opening goal here.
Yeah, they get a puck low to high, and then they get an opportunity to the net right away, and goes to the back of the top of the net. We were fortunate there.
How did you see the rest of the first period after, again, you had a lot of shots attempted, but not many below the dots?
Well, as you can see on that clip there, we had puck possession their side, but they packed 5 guys in. They blocked a lot of shots going to the net, and again, we didn't get traffic in front of the net when we had to, and again, we had got to make sure we do a better job puck management.
They were more determined in front of their own goaltender on Saturday.
Yeah, they made a point of emphasis of having layers in front of Lindgren and blocking shots for sure.
Then in the second period, Huskies make it 2-0 here on 3-on-2. Pretty well executed here by them.
Yeah, it was, but I think it all started in the other end of the rink. Like, we didn't have a good forecheck going. They came back with transition, and we didn't play the 3-on-2 very well. So again, I think it started in their end of the rink.
Yeah, it started in their end where they stole the puck. You talk about your puck possession. They stole the puck, leading to that goal, and then just 4 minutes later, they'll make it 3-0 here.
Yeah, a little bit of loose D-zone coverage here, going around the top, and again, we didn't have layers in front of the net to defend that.
All right, you made a goaltending change here, so Matt Konarinku replaced by Cam Johnson, his first action since October 16th.
Yeah, you know what, and I made a point of emphasis saying to Matt, too, when he came off the ice, that it wasn't him, that, he played well. Look at him, he's a consummate teammate, and again, we put Cam in there to try to get momentum.
Well, and Cam had to settle in here a little bit. Right off the bench into the game, he hasn't played since mid-October.
Yeah, he had to make a couple of good saves right away early, and again, they had a couple power plays right when he came into the game. So again, I thought he did a good job coming in.
Under 6 minutes to go in the second, Nick Schmaltz drops a pass to get Besser going, and here you're on the board here now. It's 3-1.
Yeah, this is a key part of the game. I thought we did a good job on our entry, and then obviously Troy Stetcher coming through the middle and executing there. So back in the game again at 3-1.
All right, key point of the game here as Trevor Olson will get hit with a 5-minute interference. What did the referees share with you upon their explanation on this?
Well, they said that Ryan Papa moved the puck early, which he did, and we followed through here with a hit. So it was an interference call. Obviously it is a penalty. Obviously, to what degree, who knows? But again, we were trying to get back in the game of being aggressive, and that was a point where we took a unfortunate penalty there.
How much did it impede your momentum at that point?
I think it did a little bit. I think we had a little bit of stuff going on there as far as offensively. And again, when you're on the penalty kill, you got to make sure you clear pucks. And I think that was one of the turning points of our game, was not clearing a puck on the penalty kill.
Yeah, with 1:25 left in the second, off the Olsen interference penalty, the Huskies get the goal to go up 4-1. Third period, you had a pushback, a big-time pushback. 16 of your 29 shots came in the final 20 minutes here.
Yeah, well, again, we were getting more aggressive with our D-men in the offensive zone, pinching down the walls and different things. So, but we just didn't have an answer. We needed to get more to the net. We did, but we just didn't have a bounce of the puck to go in.
Your players after the game said they just weren't as crisp in all 3 areas of the game. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I agree. I think we were a little bit sloppy in a few different areas, trying to do the right things, but I think our execution wasn't as good.
You had a power play in the extra attacker, but you talk about the block shots. St. Cloud State had 19 of them on Saturday night. They were very committed to that part of their game.
Yeah, there was urgency. We call that urgency. When you lose the first game, the next night the other team is usually urgent, and they were.
6-1 the finals. Here's what your players had to say after the game.
We had a couple chances to score some goals, and they came down, they scored instead, and just kind of extended their lead, and we just couldn't get that timely goal to make it a little more even. And Once again, we took a few stupid penalties, and they ended up scoring, I think, 2 or 3 power play goals.
Obviously, it was a tough game. We knew it was going to be coming into the night, and you got to give credit to that team over there. Every chance they had, almost they buried, and we just didn't have the focus at the start of the game, and they made us pay.
We're also sloppy in all 3 zones. We talked about that after the game. Obviously that performance is unacceptable, and we talked about regrouping, not dwelling on this, and we got to get ready for Michigan State. So, we're a young team. Everyone says that, but it's time to mature as a hockey team and learn from this experience and move forward.
Coach, there was some drastic changes from Friday night to Saturday night. Again, around the net. Friday night, you were so successful in creating traffic in front of Lindgren, getting some net front pressure goals, and doing a good job in front of Harinkyu. That all changed somewhat on Saturday night.
Yeah, it did. After watching the video and after being part of that game, I thought our puck possession, the offensive zone, it was too easy for us to give up the puck. We had to control it a lot better, and not meaning that put it down below the goal line, protect the puck a little bit, give your chance for a little more offensive zone play. And I thought we gave up pucks a little bit too easy on Saturday night.
All right, another split in this series. That seems to be the thing these days between North Dakota and St. Cloud State. When we come back, we'll preview Michigan State. That's up next for North Dakota.
North Dakota Hockey with Brad Barry on Midco Sports Network is presented by RydellCars.com, Sue Shop at Ralph Engelstad Arena, and Hot Spring Spas and Pool Tables too.
Coach Matt Harinkyu started Saturday night, replaced by Cam Johnson. He went the rest of the way. You're at a point now, and you knew this point would arrive in the season at some point where you have some goaltending decisions to make. So what's on your plate this week in regards to that?
Well, first of all, we want a good week of practice here. Not only goaltenders, but all of our players. We got to reset for the weekend against Michigan State. It's great to have depth in every position. We're getting that back on defense now. We have it in goal, and I think that's a point of strength that we have. So again, we're going to have a good week of practice, and we're going to make decisions as we go.
As Cam Johnson continues his comeback, how important is it for him to get a start sometime here soon?
I think it's important. Obviously he came in halfway through the game. He did a very good job for us coming in under the situation, and he deserves a start at some point in time. So we'll take that in consideration, and again, it might be this weekend.
Matej Tomek is working his way back. How close do you think he's getting here? Are we talking several weeks yet?
I don't think so. I think he's probably a few days or a week or two away from coming back here. And again, it's about building his strength from being off from a long period of time, and we want to make sure that it's all right for him when he does come in.
I would imagine this week in practice will be a very important week for both Cam Johnson and Matt Harinkyu. Again, both of them being healthy, there's an evaluation piece that'll be taken care of in practice again this week.
Yeah, absolutely. I think from a preparation standpoint, practice is the biggest part of it. And again, it starts on Monday when we go after today. So it'll be a good week of practice. We want to make sure everybody's ready to go and everybody has a mindset of going into Michigan State with a purpose.
All right, coming up next, we'll preview Michigan State. And speaking of goaltending, Jake Hildebrand was outstanding last year, not playing quite as well to this point of the season, but he'll be one of the focal points for North Dakota in its series with the Spartans. We'll talk about that next.
North Dakota Hockey with Brad Barry on Midco Sports Network is presented by RydellCars.com, Sue Shop at Ralph Engelstad Arena, and Hot Spring Spas and Pool Tables too.
Welcome back. North Dakota will spend the Thanksgiving weekend in East Lansing, Michigan for a non-conference series against the Spartans of the Big Ten. It's a Friday-Sunday series because of football. this weekend in Michigan State. And Coach, what do you see from the Spartans, a team that were in the Icebreaker Invitational like you earlier this year? You did not go head-to-head against them, but you saw them out there.
Yeah, we saw them, and again, they have a good depth team. They're scoring more goals this year. They got a commitment to offense. Jake Hildebrand, their goaltender, obviously a strength of their team that we have to make sure that we get after right away. Not only get pucks to the net, but getting guys around it in front of the net.
Well, Hildebrand last year, first-team All-American, Big Ten Player of the Year. This year, his numbers aren't probably what he's expecting to this point, a save percentage of about 90.
Yeah, you know what, that doesn't matter. He's a very good goaltender, and again, you know, we're playing in their environment, and they're playing the right way, and again, we got to make sure that we make it tough on him, because obviously he's the strength of their team.
They're scoring more goals these days.
They are, you know, and again, that's from playing, you know, obviously they got an infusion of good young players that came into their lineup as freshmen too, but playing the right way.
Brock Besser, Nick Schmaltz, Drake Kajula, they've been really good, but they have accounted for a big part of your offense here lately. How do you look at that group moving forward here in the short term?
Well, first of all, you know, they got to continue the way they're playing, you know, and I think they're playing well with the puck, and they're getting the puck back. They're stripping pucks. They're creating offense off transition. We need a little bit of secondary scoring from other players, from our rest of our forward group and our defensemen. So again, we're going to work on that too, as far as creating more offense from other players. Does
secondary scoring mean in a perfect scenario you'd like to keep the big three together?
Well, you like to, you know, obviously, you know, good players together make good plays together, and again, we want to keep that intact. But again, we got to make sure that we have line combinations and guys playing within our structure as far as giving us an opportunity to score more goals.
Okay, Coach, a Friday-Sunday series, 6:05 Friday evening, 2:05 Sunday afternoon. Good luck in East Lansing. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving to you too.
Thank you, Coach, and we'll review the series next week here on the show. Thanks for watching North Dakota Hockey with Brad Berry.